It is news review that is coming to you live this hour. My name is Lamin Jai. So coming up today, Rawdatul Majalis imams have taken matters into their own hands by setting up a parallel Supreme Islamic Council and going ahead to name a new president as a bitter row with the current Supreme Islamic Council deepens. So also, Basse National Assembly member this afternoon announced his support for President Adama Barrow on the Gambian leaders' 5-year plan there. And guess what? This is coming just less than 24 hours of UDP's announcement there. We have a report on that, as well as a security analyst. There's a security analyst who is calling on President Adama Barrow to expedite the security sector reform and then give back the control of national security to citizens so as to boost the morale of our men and women in uniform. But just as usual, we'll start with the papers. And as usual, I have Foria, but also the Standard. The Foria paper today looks a little smaller than the Standard, but then let's see what they are reporting on today. Foria is reporting that reporting on the UDP's press conference there, UDP position on coalition 2016. Farmers urge government to address challenges in forthcoming groundnut trade. Butcher explains how they were arrested by the police. The Gambian people should now have their heads on their shoulders. Also, auditors blame GAIPA for untimely submission of reports there. UNICEF engages National Assembly Health Committee on budget allocation orders. 28 soldiers graduate on company command functions and overseas training. So the lead story on Foria is saying farmers at the Agribusiness Forum held in Genoa on Friday, 1st November 2019, expressed the numerous challenges they faced regarding the groundnut trade. The forum, which was held between Friday 1st to Sunday 3rd November 2019, was meant to engage producers, buyers, processors and exporters of cereals, cashew and groundnuts to establish business linkages and partnership. Butcher explains how they were arrested by police. Lamin Jallo, a butcher who is residing in Coastal Road, has on Tuesday explained how he was arrested and taken away by security agents at the anti-crime unit in Bijilo. He said on the 3rd of November, a group of men walked into his butchery shop and identified themselves as officers from anti-crime. He added, the officers asked me what was inside my refrigerator. I told them meat and bones. He continued, they opened the refrigerator and took the head of a goat with meat and told me this was what they were searching for. Let's see what is on the Standard today. UDP, they're also reporting on the UDP press conference there. UDP advises Barrow to quit after 3 years. APRC will never rule again. That's according to a politician there. Presidential advisor says UDP's position meaningless. Dr. Sise says Barrow will set bad example if he refuses to go. So the lead story, the United Democratic Party has finally made its stance on the much talked about 3 years agreement of the coalition 2016. Under the agreement, President Barrow should serve only 3 years and quit and must not contest the coming election, the election coming immediately after. However, a few months after the coalition government came into office, Ousainou Darboe, the leader of the main party UDP, declared that Mr. Barrow should not be forced to respect the 3-year mandate because it is 2 years short of the constitutional mandate of 5, and that he would challenge anyone who wants to force it on the president. Mr. Darboe had maintained that view, but his party had said that was an individual viewpoint and the stance of the party would come later. It came yesterday night, however. At a press conference, the UDP stated that President Barrow should respect the agreement and leave office at the end of this year when it will expire. APRC will never rule again. Basiru Gassama, a former APRC Kanifi Municipality Divisional Youth Advisor, has told the Standard that the former ruling party will never rule again. Presidential advisor says UDP's position meaningless. Sehu Mbalo, a deputy political advisor on youth matters, has reacted to the UDP's call for President Barrow to respect the 3 years MOU, coalition MOU there. Mr. Mbalo called it a reneging of the party's leaders or the party leaders' earlier position. Dr. Sise says Barrow will set a bad example if he refuses to go. Political scientist Dr. Ismail Sise has warned that a bad precedent will be set in the Gambia's political history if President Barrow refuses to step down after 3 years. It will be also bad for our democracy and a wrong signal to our young people who want to become politicians because they will believe that it is okay to lie and not fulfill promises, he told the Standard Bantaba. So that will be all for the papers there. We will now bring you our first report we have there. Following the Wednesday surprise announcement there by Yahya Ousainou Darboe for President Adama Barrow to leave office in December, the National Assembly member for Basse today came out to say that he is in full support of President Barrow's 5-year plan. Mohamed Magazi was addressing journalists just under 1 hour ago. Let's take a listen to what Mr. Magazi said.
His Excellency Adama Barrow is my president. And this is what I want to say. His Excellency Adama Barrow is the one that I'm following. His Excellency Adama Barrow is the one that I'm giving my support. Based on the reasons, we are the people who call him to come and bear the flag for us. And he does not fail in doing so. At a critical moment where everybody was calling for change. But who's going to lead for change? At that material moment, who was going to lead for change? That was the question. And thank to Almighty Allah. He is among the people who accepted to live for change. And democratically, he was the lucky to be chosen as the flag bearer. We campaigned for him. And during the campaign, we sent messages to people. And we told the people, this is the man who is capable. This is the man who knows. This is the man who can unite us. This is the man who can bring development in this country. That's what we said. It's because of we have said, and people have listened to what we have said, people have believed in us, put their trust and confidence in us. That's why they were convinced and cast their vote for His Excellency Adama Barrow, who was our candidate. If that person wins, we are the cause of his win. He bear our flag because he had trust and confidence in us that we will not push him and get back. That we will not elevate him and leave him alone. So I see it, to be honest, to follow that man so that the agenda that we have together, that agenda could be realized.
Now, Gambian imams are at war, and it is all because of leadership. A group of Islamic scholars from across the country has formed a parallel Islamic body, calling it the Supreme Islamic Council. Until this development, there existed only one Supreme Islamic Council, which was the apex body for Islamic religious activities in the country. But some renowned scholars of Islam have been questioning the legitimacy of the Supreme Islamic Council under the leadership of course, Mohamed Lamine Toure. According to them, SIC under Imam Toure have overstayed their welcome, and allegations of lack of accountability have also been leveled against the council. Now, these scholars have announced the formation of a rival Supreme Islamic Council in a press conference recently. Let's take a listen.
1998 kata 2018 kujamal la kita Islamo la karola banko nyinka follow Lamin Toure la candidateship momamoy amallo as candidate bari wolungo mo lota banko nyin kanja min lafta kake Supreme Islamic Council la nyaton koti afintita e campaign oke atayaje ka foko tumado ada nyaton kol kake nyamin mbatum fana ngake wanyama ngafuta alfalma ngaitandila kol lafta kake Supreme Islamic Council la president momoron dimbe Supreme Islamic nyato wolungo imo alfati kewonyim futata may ka faye alhaji ba kausu fofan afutata nyi mol makaitandila lafta le kake president nyilbe ya welcome bara ya tara point do bi je mi alon koy may tandala itata congress oto biri futata congress dula ye ba kausu nala molji yalon ka foko ninga election o kijang ba kausu be winlal yajele muneketa wodin kirato IEC la kiamano birin congresso bina banna ako momorondi yalon ko membership ka te Mario Bulu sama hanni manna wo samol dunyanta kake election oti baadi ngol wudla to ngaje ka foko ntelma lonnon ka foko kafonyen kono kafu fulale fraction fulale be tamaka kafu do laftale ka kafu do nyin tutu bari wo wato anatana koy mayara kafu do min balanta nun sori bala nyaton kayala e laftale nyin kafu do nyin tutu kansulo kon wala atunna kariyol ma fo ba kawsuye nanna office ngay tandila carte o ka fay nyamin anin conditional men biji bara alone ko membership kato wo bijele wolungo ila congress lungo ya alone ko membership kat mantara ba kawsu bulu anin molu min ya lonko ila ya support ya fahamle wo samo ina tanna muneke ye motombon kake president oti according to dolu fonla information oto wo mari fonga mantra ward election dula amallo as candidate a mantra election dula bari ya tombon yake president oti wo sankilingol kono problem on natana wara problem on mi yalon ko be Gambia nun kunu bara man Gambian kolu ke nyoye jawoti aman Gambian kolu ke nyoye nyokaja firamoti wole mu kari koti Gambia jan salolu kake na salolu ka bo nyokoto bari wo mu nyawnirande nim bentam be ka nyokonton salola bebe kontanere Supreme Islamic Council la leader kuto nyin natana anala executive inatana different soto inim molu karola jewoto because of ye mirale soto miro mi alon ko banko molu ma accept wala mo nyinti kasali Saudi Arabia la karjewala hanne mandun karjewala saratolu kono anyanta kele nyaadi le bankol ye munefo muslimol ye munefo lonnal ye munefo itele min fo a correcta banku dingol Gambiano le min fo a correct bari min nata ke kolea kote ko kono wala mo nyinti la loi le impose molu kan inim min mantra idea kidi follow ba kawsu ya condemn pour ka kawando ke ba kawsu ya condemn kala karambu fon role ba kawsu ya condemn ka diamu radio medial to bari ba kawsu la buso manna kanyam ba kawsu dam makan buso nyin nata na fanule kata majlis to bungol kan min ya lonko itel ni wala idea sol manke kidit
For the first time in the Gambia, your favorite GSM operator, Africell, is the first and only GSM operator to launch a brand new technology called the eSIM. The eSIM simply means you can use your phone without a SIM card. Do you have an iPhone 11, any of the iPhone X series, a Google Pixel 3, or any new phone that supports the e-technology? Visit any Africell customer care center. Activate your eSIM today. With your virtual Africell SIM, you can use more than one number without having a physical SIM card in your phone. Enjoy this brand new technology for the first time in the Gambia, brought to you by Africell. eSIM, your phone without a SIM card. For more information, please call 111. Where Africell goes, nobody dares to follow.
When he ordered the army to round up hundreds of Gambians in the name of witch hunting. The campaign took the form of kidnappings, beatings, and forced confessions, and the implications that it had on survivors was quite far-reaching. Modu, Justice Darby has been looking back at these events and pieced together this report, which I read. After drawing the curtain on a week of gripping sessions about how former President Yahya Jammeh abused young Gambian girls, the TRRC is next week expected to start hearing testimonies about how Yahya Jammeh's band of witch doctors marauded several Gambian villages and towns in the name of witch hunting. In 2009, ex-President Jammeh issued an order to members of the security forces to kidnap and beat hundreds of Gambians he believed were sorcerers. Soldiers armed with AK-47 rifles targeted poor elderly farmers, pressurizing them to confess to murders by sorcery by forcing them to drink a hallucinogenic liquid in an exercise that shocked the nation and bewildered the world. The exercise also took place in some government offices in Banjul. With combined forces of national and foreign witch doctors, some settlements in Kombo and Foni were invaded by the doctors, and the kidnappings, beatings, and forcing of alleged sorcerers to drink concoctions have occasioned lifelong implications on survivors and sometimes resulted in deaths. Former President Jammeh personally sanctioned the so-called hunt for sorcerers because he reportedly believed that his aunt was killed by a sorcerer. Meanwhile, the TRRC has already reached out to some victims of Jammeh's blitz against so-called witches and witch doctors. Meanwhile, TRRC has already reached out to some victims of Jammeh's blitz against so-called witches and wizards, and it is part of the Commission's mandate to investigate some of the violations of human rights of Gambians. The Commission is expected to begin hearings into the 2009 Jammeh witch hunting next week, and it is hoped that this will serve as a step forward in finding justice for Jammeh's victims. Some of the public hearings will be held in Bantabas in at least 3 towns. The artisanal fisheries subsector in the Gambia is not only an important source of household nutrition, but also provides employment to a significant number of Gambians in the country. In cognizance of these important contributions that this sector plays in the socio-economic life of the country, Car Powership on Thursday extended a helping hand to the fisherfolk in Banjul as part of its interventions in the various sectors of the economy. More in this report. A floating energy vessel that generates power, which is then fed to our national grid. The company is active in power generation not just in African countries, but also some Middle East and Asian countries. Since coming into the country last year, Car Powership is not only striving towards meeting its contractual obligation of supplying 30 megawatts of energy, but it is also showing no sign of slowing down in its interventions in areas of health, education, environment, arts and culture, nutrition, among others. On Wednesday, the company handed over fishing gears to the Association of Fisherfolks in Banjul, and the materials given include life jackets, floaters, ropes, and nets. Car Powership boat is anchored at the beach of Banjul, and fishermen acknowledged that they were enthusiastically overwhelmed with emotions that their neighbor Car Powership had exhibited a generous spirit of good neighborliness. A top official of Car Powership during the presentation event insists his company will continue to serve the Gambian people.
Since around February 2018, Car Powership, Karadenis Powership Korabe, was connected to the Gambia National Grid with 36 megawatts capacity. We started that operation, and since then I think we have all seen the effect in electricity generation in this country. Car Powership is more like into different countries. We are a global organization. We are operating in different countries. Currently, we have 22 power ships around the globe with total installed capacity of 3,500 megawatts. And in the pipeline, we have power ships with capacity of up to 5,000 megawatts that is being produced and is in the pipeline of coming out. We are in different countries, as I mentioned. We are in Gambia. We just started Senegal. Some of you who don't know, last month we started Senegal. We are in Guinea-Bissau. We are in Ghana. We are in Sierra Leone. We are in Mozambique. We are in Lebanon. We are in Indonesia. We are in Cuba, in the Caribbean, etc. We are very glad and grateful for the opportunity to serve the Gambian people. This is an endeavor that we think will contribute towards the amelioration of power supply in this country.
Mambure says his company will continue to engage in social corporate responsibility projects to improve the quality of life for the local people.
Because corporate social responsibility is something that we are always engaged in any part of the world that we are working. We work with communities, we assess the needs of the people, organizations, different sectors of the economy, and we go into those sectors of the economy. Since when we started operations in Gambia, we have purchased and distributed hundreds of thousands hundreds of bags of rice, hundreds of bags of sugar, and distributed to communities during the last 2 Ramadan. We have also purchased and distributed rams, Tobaski rams, during Tobaski. We have sponsored the rehabilitation of the newborn babies unit of the children's wing of the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital. Thanks to our intervention, they're having water at that unit. We think it's a very important intervention. We have sponsored National Environment Agency, both last year and this year, during the International Coastal Cleanup Day. We have also sponsored National Environment Agency, which is NEA, during the World Environment Day. We have also sponsored different orphanages. We know that sometimes it's very pressing for them, looking at the nature of their operation. So we discussed with them, we assessed, and we found that they were in dire need of food. So we have given them rice, sugar, onions, oil, and other food items. We have even supported the First Ladies Foundation in her drive to support the madrasas. We have given hundreds of bags of rice and sugar to the foundation in the effort to help the madrasas.
Abdullah Ibrabah, while speaking on behalf of the beneficiaries, said this of Car Powership's intervention.
Li moy ay and bay wante xel dara naxaruñu fi seen nekkin fi wax deug yalla bi ñëw fi mëna jam bu reuy jam doxna suñu digënt té gis nañ yokkute si boro bor lolu ñu ci sante yalla di leen gërëm li ngeen def ni té nak gën lo xam lu reey ci ñun yegg am solo li moy yegg li moy may nit ki gëddam li sant nañ leen gërëm nañ leen ci tur association yépp goor ak jigen mag ak ndaw.
Reporting for the Fatu Network News Review, I am Lamin Jai. And there were reports making rounds on some social media platforms that the Car Powership vessel in the country has left, hence the frequent power outages in the greater Banjul area over the past few days. Mr. Mambure, who is Car Powership country manager, explains.
It was already mentioned regarding the power outage that is going on today, I think it's important we shed a little light on it so that people know, because as we were just doing this, we are live. I saw somebody's comment, car power is in the country, we still don't have electricity. I think the dynamics are more than the simple outlook we see there. If you go to NAWEC's Facebook page, they made an announcement. One of their engines, known as Wärtsilä, is going through maintenance and is for a period of 3 weeks. In fact, as a result of that, even though we are in full operation right now, we are fulfilling our contractual obligation of providing 30 megawatts that we are assigned to do according to our power purchase agreement. We are in fact going beyond that level now to fill in the gap. We want people to understand our position. As mentioned earlier, even human beings, we need maintenance. So you cannot fault NAWEC for doing maintenance. If you don't do maintenance with what you have, eventually you run into more problem. So we are even going up to 33 megawatts at this point, not just stopping at 30 that the contractual agreement has obliged us to fulfill. So we want this to be clear that Car Power Ship is in full operation. We are on 24/7. We have people in the ship that do not sleep. At every given point in time, we have up to 50 people inside that ship. If you go inside, if you are from the outside, apparently everything is very peaceful and everything is quiet. But once you walk inside that ship, you see the kind of work that those people are doing. I think we should, as they say, when somebody is working hard and is toiling and sweating, we can just say thank you. We don't have to do anything else because they are being paid for it.
And now, a security analyst is calling on President Adama Barrow to expedite the security sector reform and then give back control of national security to our citizens so as to boost morale of our men and women in uniform. Mr. Sariang Marong, who served in the U.S. Navy for nearly 20 years, believes the Gambia's reliance on foreign troops for its national security is both a source of concern and a recipe for chaos. But I think that video, that interview is in excess of 1 hour. It is not ready, so we will bring you that full interview sometime next week. With that, we will come to the end of today's news review. Thank you very much. Until we come your way next week. Thank you. My name is Lamin Jai.